Melissa, and today we're going to learn to make this easy DIY tulip wreath. It's perfect for Valentine's Day, springtime, or Easter, and you'll be surprised at just how easy it is to make. Let's get started. To make this wreath, we're going to need a 14-inch foam wreath form, and I went to Michael's and I picked up a bunch of these inexpensive spring bloom flowers. These were $4 each and they were on sale for 30% off. So for one wreath, I'm going to use probably 10 to 12 of them. Okay, and I'm also going to need my hot glue gun and this inch and a half, I think this is 1 3/8 inch satin ribbon. This is what we're going to use to tuck the flowers in as we go. So to start off, I am going to add a little dollop of hot glue to my wreath form and start my ribbon there. Let that dry for a second. And what I've done is I have cut, each of these stems has 8 different flower bunches on it, and I've cut those off using wire cutters or a pair of really strong scissors. And you can see I bought about 10 of these pink ones, and then I bought about 3 or 4 of these coral ones because I'm actually making 2 wreaths, and so I kind of cleaned out the store. And I'm going to weave them in together for a really pretty look. So for each stem, I'm going to start by positioning it on the wreath, and I'm going to just wrap it around the base of the stem and hold that tightly. When you first start, it might seem a little awkward, but I promise that once you get it going, it's you'll get better at it as you keep wrapping it up. So I made my first one of these, only took me about a half an hour just while watching a movie on TV. It was really easy. And we can also, don't worry too much about it being perfect, because you can go back at the end and tuck extra flowers in if there's a spot that looks a little bare. And you can see, so I'm adding a coral in here. And you can add more than one stem per time you're looping it around. The hardest part is just holding the flowers tightly, holding the ribbon tightly as you're adding flowers. You might get a little hand cramp, but it's worth it for the end product. So we're just going to keep wrapping and wrapping. And every now and then I'll do an extra little loop around just to hold it tighter. There we go. As you get towards the end of your wreath, you're going to need to tuck the stems that you're putting in underneath the flowers that you have already wrapped at the beginning. And this is probably the trickiest part, just because you're trying to fit everything in. And remember what I said earlier, though, that it's very easy to go after we have it all done and add little extra stems to fill out any spots. So don't be too worried about it. I'm just going to make sure I'm wrapping my ribbon under the foliage and flowers from the beginning. And at this point, I am going to try to wrap more than one each time the ribbon goes around, because I'm running out of room. And I'm just just gonna nestle my ribbon under there. I'm probably only going to take it one more time around there because I'm just running out of space. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue this on the back, and then I'm going to go back and look at it, and if I need to, I'm going to hold that very tightly. I don't want that to unwind. And snip off my extra. Let that dry for a minute. And then I can go around to my wreath, and I can see that, you know, in this section here, I'm gonna need to tuck some little bits in there. So I have my wire cutters, and I'm going to snip these much shorter for these last little bits. So you can see it's much shorter than the stems I had been using earlier. And if I uncover this, you can see the ribbon wrapped in there. And I'm just going to tuck that in. You can see it's super easy to fill in spots like that. That's why I was saying don't worry if you have some spots that look a little bare or uneven as you go through, because it's very easy to add to after. So nice. And you can, I kind of will step away from it and look and say, okay, well, this side needs to be filled out here, and continue that until you're happy with it. So, there we go. And you are all done. That took me less than 20 minutes and saved myself quite a bit of money compared to store-bought.